Welcome back to you, Vince.
Yeah, kicked me out for a few weeks.
The viewers have been missing you in Clinical Dose. It's been over a month now.
Out for some guest appearances.
Yeah, I know. I apologise for that, but they were good episodes.
They were. Yeah.
You're back.
Yes.
Episode 32. We've got 5 epic questions. 5 actually, and I say this most episodes, but these questions, we're going to start putting word limits on.
Yeah, there's a few long ones here.
There's some long questions going on here. Vince.
Yes.
Let's dive straight in.
Well, this first one's not long. So, how much sleep is enough? From Brendan underscore Guru from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah. How long's a piece of string, Brendan?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this, Vince?
Well, personally, I like to get anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a night.
Yeah.
It does vary a bit depending when I'm training. At the moment, I'm kind of mixing up between morning and night training. So sometimes I find myself getting a bit less. Sometimes probably up towards the kind of 7, 8 range, which is good. But I find kind of the best rest between that 6 to 8 hours.
Don't worry, I'm not like Instagramming. I'm going to check my sleep. I want to have a look at where I'm at.
That is horrendous.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It's not good. But here you go. Okay, so this is going to be, what's this? Like the last week. So my average sleep is 7 hours, 14 minutes.
There you go.
So
I could check mine actually.
That's actually not too bad. Even going back, it tends to kind of hang around that 7 hours, 14 minutes. As you guys can see, both Vince and I track our sleep.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Look, man, I think it depends on the individual, right? I think, the kind of magical number for sleep is like the 8 hours of sleep is what you should aim for.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I had 8 hours of sleep.
My averages were, so my average
What's
over
yours?
6 hours and 2
Oh, you're
2
pushing
minutes.
it.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Yeah, you're really pushing it.
So,
Vince.
yeah, not good. But I find, anything less than that, I tend to get sick pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And my immune system is definitely compromised.
Yeah.
My recovery is compromised.
Yeah.
And I find myself getting a cold within kind of a few days.
Yeah,
I find myself getting quickly pretty,
and
sick pretty quick.
I really think that it does depend on the individual. For me, personally, I definitely do much better with sleep now than I used to once upon a time, averaging just over 7 hours. But the way that I do it, Brendan, is during the week, I'm up at 4:30 every morning, right, to get my workouts in before I head to the office. I'm usually not asleep until 10 or later. Yeah. So what happens with my sleep, and I could show you guys, I might even try and get a screenshot and whatever, throw it on the screen. What happens with mine is I tend to do like 6 hours during the week.
Yeah.
And then on Friday night and Saturday night, I actually don't set an alarm.
Yeah.
And I'll just let my body sleep. And I usually get like 8 hours on a Friday night, maybe 8.5 sometimes. And on a Saturday night, similar. So I kind of play like this little catch-up game with sleep to kind of get me to that average of above 7 hours. So during the week, it's a little lower. On the weekends, it's a little higher because I've got more flexibility with my time on the weekends.
Yeah.
I think that's a great example because it really comes down to the individual, right? Like if there were enough hours in the day to sleep 8 hours every night, I'd be there.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And it's going to vary because there's so many different stages of sleep as well with your kind of light sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep. I think there's one more as well that I can't even think off the top of my head in terms of where your body's resting the most. So it depends where you're going to spend most of your time sleeping in there. I mean, not much is really spent in deep sleep. Yeah. You want to get roughly, I think it's an hour and a half. In there, REM sleep's kind of majority of your sleep throughout the night, and some is light sleep as well.
I'm just going to, before we move on to the next question, I'm just going to do a cheeky little product plug for Brendan as well. Actually, I'm going to do 2 plugs, Vince.
2 plugs?
There's going to be 2 plugs. The first plug, I'm going to put a link in the description box to our all-new article on improving sleep quality.
Yep.
That's an article that Caleb put together, and it's a great article. And there's at the bottom of the article, there's 5 hacks to improve your quality of sleep that you can literally start implementing tonight. So that's the first thing. Link is going to be in the description box. Go check that article out. The second thing is invest in a good sleep supplement. One of the best things you can do is improve the quality of your sleep by increasing the amount of REM sleep you get. As you mentioned, Vince, one of the easiest ways to do that is with a good quality sleep supplement. Me personally, I use Force Element Night Ops.
I'm the same. I think the same product.
Best product on the market in Australia at this point in time. You can't put a value on getting that sort of quality sleep and getting more of it courtesy of that supplement.
Yeah.
Next question.
G'day team MJ. This question is probably directed towards Joe on a business side of things. So my question is, how do you calculate what, when and where you spend capital during the running of the business, i.e. staff training, updating stores, or just general growth? From B.H from YouTube.
This is a great question, man. This is my kind of question.
It is, yeah.
This is a full business
yours.
question.
This is
yours. It really depends on what your business goals are. Where you're trying to take your business, what areas of your business are growth areas, what areas of your business are not growth areas or contracting areas, what areas of your business you want to be growth areas, what areas of the business you don't want to be growth areas. I mean, it's one of those things where if you had unlimited amounts of capital, you'd spend it on everything.
Yeah.
Right? You'd do all of the things. In business, you don't have unlimited, unless you're Apple.
I don't think Apple's stupid enough to just go throwing money out the window.
Exactly. Yeah. So, it's one of the biggest challenges of business is that you don't have unlimited resources, you don't have unlimited money, you don't have unlimited time, you don't have unlimited staff, you don't have unlimited opportunities. So you need to take the limited resources that you have and get the best return on the investment that you possibly can. And what that looks like for your business is going to depend on where you want to take your business, right? So I can tell you what I'm doing in terms of, where I'm spending capital right now with my business. It's not going to translate to your business because our goals for our businesses could be completely different.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think it's really the best way that you can kind of answer that is, I mean, it's the key challenge in business, man. Trying to take limited resources and maximize your return on investment.
Yeah.
That's it. Next question.
How do you select which brands to stock and which ones not to, even if they're good? From Stups.uk from Instagram Q&A.
Man, this is a great question. It's come from Stu over in the UK. And Stu's in the supplement game as well, so I know exactly where this question is coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, how many care packages we get this week?
3 or 4. There's a few coming through. Yeah.
That want us to stock their products. I mean, for us, it's pretty simple, Stu. The first thing is the products need to be good.
Yeah.
They need to be really good, and that ties into our company mission, right? We're trying to provide the products, information, and experiences to help all people improve their lives through health and fitness.
Yeah.
The first part of that is to provide the products that help people improve their lives through health and fitness. So we're not going to stock products that are not going to do that because they don't align with our company mission.
Yeah.
So the products have to be good and they have to help people improve their lives through health and fitness. That's the first gate that the products need to go through. Then obviously from a business perspective, it needs to make financial sense. So what's the margin on the products that we're making? How's the brand equity of the brand? Like is the brand being discounted left, right, and center? So we might buy at a certain price and it looks like we're making a certain margin, but then everyone sells at 25% discount, so then the margin gets eroded. How does that look? What are the purchasing terms? Are you offering credit terms? Are we having to pay up front? From a cash flow perspective, how does that look? So there's that business piece that kind of sits in there. And then really the next thing for us is this particular brand, these particular products gonna help us grow incrementally as a business, or are we just gonna be switching consumers from one brand, one product that we already sell to this new one?
Yeah.
Which is probably unique to us as a business because we do have a lot of influence through social media, these videos, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. We do have the ability to really help brands grow, which is awesome because it's something cool that we've done time after time for brands that no one has heard of, and now MassiveJoes is carrying them, and now everyone hears of them. Great, fantastic.
Yeah.
But it has to stack for us in the opposite direction as well. Okay, if we're growing your brand for you, what are we getting back from it?
Yeah.
From a business perspective, is it going to help us reach new customers? Are we going to get incremental growth? Or are we just helping you build your brand because that's what we do?
And probably on that, the bigger thing, especially kind of, I wouldn't say post-COVID, but during these newer times, is the stock available? Do you have the resources to be able to get more stock? Because so many companies now, they'll get their first shipment, misinterpret sales or something like that, and then we don't see it for 6-12 months and we got nothing. And we've just helped you build this brand. There's people want this product and now we have to switch them back off your product. It's like, so it's kind of misleading consumers there as well in terms of product availability.
That's a real thorn in our side as a business
It
at the
is,
moment.
yeah.
I mean, no surprises. You guys probably know the products we're talking about, but we get behind a product because it ticks all these boxes, right?
Yeah.
It's a great product, right? It makes business sense for us. It's a strong brand. It's helping us reach new people. We put a lot behind it, and then we can't get the product anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, shit.
Yeah.
What did we do for the last 6 months?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Next question.
On a cutting phase, do you eat brown rice and cut off all white carbs? From Nani Rezul Bagu from Instagram Q&A.
Short answer, no.
I agree.
I mean, there's a lot of bro science built into this question here.
There is, yeah.
But, cutting is about being in caloric deficit.
Yeah.
How you create that caloric deficit, there's so many different ways you can do it.
Yeah.
The two main ways: increase your caloric output, keep your caloric input the same.
Yeah.
Keep your caloric output the same, decrease your caloric input.
Yeah.
Then you start going, okay, where are the calories coming from? Well, ideally you want to keep your protein the same, right? Because that's going to maintain muscle mass.
Yeah.
You want to keep your fats above certain levels for hormone production and joint health and that sort of thing. So once you get to a certain amount of calories, the only place that those calories can come from, if you choose to do it through reducing caloric input, is carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay, well, where are my carbohydrates going to come from? And then you start talking about complex and simple carbs, primarily from a macronutrient density perspective.
Yeah.
Complex carbs are going to get you more food for the same unit macronutrient than simple carbs are. Honey, rice. How much honey do you need to get 50 grams of carbs? Not much. How much rice do you need? A lot.
Yeah.
So that's more the question. But I mean, man, when you get down to the color of the rice.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at that kind of GI kind of perspective in terms of your glycemic index and how quickly the product is going to give you an blood sugar return and insulin return and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Post-workout still, I would be even during a cut, still be using white rice or some sort of a bit more of a kind of higher GI rice.
Well, I think, and the other thing is brown rice is just shit.
And I mean,
does anyone actually like eating brown rice?
That's a very good. I mean, the calories between brown and white rice is pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's very similar. The macros are slightly different.
A little bit, but not that much to really worry about.
Look, I think really you're kind of splitting hairs. It's one of these things where, I call it analysis paralysis because you get so deep and down into the minor 1% details, but you haven't actually nailed the 99%. Yeah. Your time and effort is going to be much better spent nailing the big picture, making sure you're in caloric deficit, making sure you're training with the intensity you need to train, make sure you're not cheating on your diet, making sure you're getting all your cardio sessions in, all your workouts in, making sure your sleep's on point, all of those big picture things before you start looking at the color of the rice.
Yeah.
Last question.
I see Joe mix and matches what he takes for pre-workout very frequently. What should people be aware of in terms of ingredients and dosages when stacking supplements, especially products from different brands? From Wesley T from YouTube.
Yeah, look, let's frame this in how Wesley has kind of framed it with pre-workouts in particular, right? Because there's a whole bunch of different subs you can stack, and you've got to be careful of different crossovers. But pre-workouts is particularly of interest because a lot of people do stack pre-workouts. Yeah. Maybe they're stacking a stim with a non-stim, maybe a non-stim with a pump, maybe a stim with a pump. There's a bunch of crossover. I think the main ones to watch out for is obviously the overall stimulant amount. Yep. So you definitely don't want to stack like 2 high stim pre-workouts. No, because you're going to have so much caffeine and so many stimulants. It's just not going to be good for your health. Yeah. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. The other thing to keep an eye on is for a lot of people the amount of beta-alanine. Yeah. Because it's going to give you the tingles and the itchiness, and sometimes it can bring out a rash on your skin and whatnot. So, when you start getting above like 5 grams of beta-alanine, it's just uncomfortable. It's a big dose. It's not good. A big one is agmatine sulfate. If you're going above about 1.5 grams of agmatine sulfate combined, it's going to upset your stomach. Yeah. Guaranteed. Yeah. You're going to be in all sorts of problems there. Those are the 3 that kind of come to mind for me, Vince.
Yeah, nothing else really comes to my mind in terms of overall stacking.
Yeah, there's not that many. You know, when you start looking at pre-workouts with panels of 10 ingredients, and you got citrulline and creatine and betaine and all of these different amazing ingredients, you can't really have too much of them. Where they're going to start causing negative side effects. If you have too much and your body can't assimilate and can't use, you've just piss it out, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to have quite expensive piss, but, you know, apart from that.
And probably the good thing now, I mean, beta-alanine, agmatine and stuff like that are a good ingredient, but a lot of companies really, they're finding other things to use for
yeah,
it
they're
now.
not using them anymore.
So they're not using it as much.
Going to like a Norvaline or, you know, a whole bunch of different ingredients that we're kind of seeing pop up now. So there's not really too many that you need to be too worried about.
No, yeah.
Vince!
That's it.
That's a wrap. Episode 32 of The Clinical Dose. Guys, hope you've enjoyed this episode. We went deep in some of those questions.
We did, yeah.
If you guys have a question that you'd like us to answer in the very next episode, the best place to put it is right here on the MassiveJoes YouTube channel in a comment down below in the comments box on the YouTube channel. That's the first place that Vince goes and grabs the questions from. And I think we had Wesley this week and BH this week come directly from the YouTube channel. Those are two good questions as well. You tend to be able to write longer questions.
You can, yeah.
Also, and that's the first place we'll pick. Guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. As always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Turn your post notifications on your mobile, your cell phone, your desktop PC, your smart TV, and whatever other device you're watching this video on so you don't miss a beat when it comes to all the new episodes of The Clinical Dose and everything else we've got going on over here at the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Until next time, where are we coming to and from, Vince?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive. Thank you for tuning in to this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.